Welcome to Tea with Honey. It's your girl HoneyDaVinci and I'm back with another video. Tonight I'll be doing another segment of the review and we'll be covering Black Ink Crew New York Season 8 Episode 19. Now there's a few key parts of the show that I would like to go over. So I'm going to start with, first and foremost, Puma and Bay heading over to the matchmaker. So just as a recap, Bay was once in a relationship with a guy named Rob. She met him in the shop. She was one of his clients. She was one of his, he was one of her clients, should I say. And he came in the shop to get a tattoo one day from her. And he basically let her know that he was feeling her and wanted to take her out on a date. Fast forward, they end up getting in a relationship, having baby Nico, and getting married. Over time, I feel like their lives just, their cultures just clashed, because I know when he was around her mom, she didn't really agree with the way he cooked, and a lot of the things she basically was pretty much just straight up rude, honestly, if I do say so myself. She was just blatantly rude and was talking wild crazy about him, but she wasn't speaking English, so he didn't know what she was saying. She was saying it to Bay, and Bay was lying to her mom, and lying to him, He would say things that he wasn't happy about her mom doing, and he would say it to Bay so that Bay could relay the message to her mom. But when Bay would relay the message to her mom, she would say something completely different. So, like, let's say, for example, the mom is just overstepping her boundaries, and Rob is kind of like, hey, Bay, can you tell your mom to stop doing that? The mom will ask Bay, like, what did he say? And Bay will be like, oh, he's just saying, how are you doing today? And the mom will believe it because she doesn't speak English. And so a lot of that went on in their relationship, and things got kind of toxic. And that's when you saw that Bay and Rob's relationship wasn't perfect, and they were going through their ups and downs a lot. So fast forward to this season, Bay hasn't been in a relationship since her and Rob got divorced. And Bay's a beautiful girl. Everyone in the shop is like kind of pushing for her to get back out there and meet some new guys or start dating or something, which, she just hasn't been ready for. So Puma took the initiative to take Bay to a matchmaker to, basically figure out what type of guy she like and get her mojo running again, and, help her get her groove back. And the matchmaker's asking Bay all types of questions, like, what type of guys do you like? What do you want in a man? And she's telling the lady what's going on. And then that's when Puma's like, Bay, tell her the real reason why you've been single and haven't been looking for a man. And then that's when Bay breaks down how ever since Rob and her got their divorce, she just hasn't felt good about herself, and how she just hasn't felt like dating. She just hasn't been feeling good. And that, that happens to a lot of us women when we're in relationships and we're giving our all, and the relationship still just ends, and we just love the person so much. When the relationship is over, a lot of times we're just not feeling it. A lot of times we just go into, we're still functioning, we're still working, we're still laughing at the jokes, we're not depressed in the sense of, stay away from me or anything like that. We're depressed in the sense of we're numb. We have our wall all the way up for anyone to even try to penetrate that wall or get inside our minds or get inside our hearts. So that's pretty much what Bay's been going through, and she opened up about how ever since she got the divorce, she just hasn't been feeling like herself. She just hasn't been feeling it, and all she's been focusing on is her son, which is nothing wrong with that. But, Bay's a beautiful girl. She has a great personality, so eventually she'll heal that wound and move forward. And I feel like the main thing that's really hurting her is the fact that she is Asian, and a lot of times with Asian families, they put a lot of pride in families, so they will stay in a relationship forever even if it's toxic. you know, a lot of times. Just like with Bay's mom. Bay's mom stayed with their dad for a very long time while he was just blatantly abusing her and her mother. And he was just volatile and they didn't leave until it got to the point where either the mom was going to die or one of the kids were going to die. So that's when the mom decided to flee and the father would go after her, you know? So she went through a lot of stuff and she really wanted to, and that's not even just specifically an Asian thing. A lot of people go through that. Americans, Africans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, anyone can be in a domestic violence situation with their spouse or be in a situation where they just want to keep the family together. But, you know, Bae, I feel like that really took a toll on her to where growing up, she probably always envisioned how her family would be and how things would be different for her and her son, or how she was hoping that things would be different for her and her sons. And yeah, Rob may not have beat her, but he abandoned her. And he probably had a great reason to leave. Things just didn't work out, and it's just affecting her on the fact that she's not able to give Nico that, you know, perfect household that she probably always longed for throughout her life. The next key topic that happened during the show was Donna getting the opportunity to fix the tattoo that she messed up. As we all know, Donna accidentally spelled someone's tattoo wrong. It was perseverance, and she put an extra R. And the customer was basically planning on suing. And everybody at the shop has been making lots of jokes about her not being able to spell and all types of things. So Donna has been, you know, trying to redeem herself ever since she got demoted to an apprentice. So she's been helping out with the paperwork and doing little things here and there to help out, to try and get back in C's good graces so that she can get put back into being, you know, just a regular tattoo artist and not an apprentice. So she surprised C's with, hey, you know, I'm going to have the girl come in today so I can fix the tattoo so you guys can get off of my back. So the girl comes in for the tattoo. She puts, like, where the R was, the extra R, she basically shaped it out to be a cross coming through the word. So, you know, like perseverance, like, it was cute, but I have to be honest, I did not like it. And I don't think C's or Puma liked it either, to be honest. But yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like the shading. I liked the cross. I did not like the shading. It was all blotchy, and she could have just not even added that to the tattoo, and I feel like I would have liked it more. But no, Donna, no. And it's a reason why when she finished and she showed C's and Puma, they took so long to say, you know, good job. Excuse me. I feel like Puma and C's just said good job to Donna because the client was there and the client had already threatened to sue. So obviously you're not going to have your client come back in to get a tattoo redone and then sit there like, no, that's a terrible job. Because then she's going to be like, what? You messed up my back again? Oh, now I'm definitely suing. So I felt like they just were like, yeah, let's just go along with it. But let her know once we're off cameras that she did a bad job because, yeah, it was very blotchy and it just wasn't crisp. It didn't seem like a professional has done it. And that's, again, why Donna's an apprentice. But, so after she does the tattoo and they tell her she did a good job, she immediately is like, all right, so since I fixed it, now I'm not an apprentice anymore. I'm great again, right? They're like, no, like, what do you think this is? You think you're gonna mess up somebody's tattoo and just fix it and everything's gonna be good? No, you messed up because you need to work on your tattooing, and just fixing it is not gonna just change the problem. You need to work with Bae, who's the best tattoo artist in the shop, and work on getting your shit up, girl. So, you know, she was upset about that, and she storms out as always. Another scene was with C's coming into the shop. He came in with the dog and was talking about how he got a dog because dogs are more loyal than kitties because Miss Kitty is all these things, whatever. Cease needs to get over Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty done went to Chicago and got her some of Ryan Henry, honey. Sorry, Cease. And to be honest, Ryan Henry is the better artist. Now, I love you, Cease. I do. I got a lot of love for you because I've seen you in this show for many years, and you really are a good guy. You have asshole tendencies, but you're a good guy nonetheless. You done changed a lot of people's lives. But Ryan Henry is the better artist. And when you look at Black Ink Crew Chicago, with Ryan Shop specifically, he makes it about the tattoos. Black Ink Crew New York is all about the drama. You can't even see, they don't even record at Ryan's new shop because he's done with that shit. Like, my shop has to be about tattooing. He's like, yeah, for a while, you know, I let the drama go, you know, so I could get my platform up. You know, gotta do that sometimes. Sometimes you gotta make compromises so that you can get up. But now that I'm in a boss position and my shop is solidified worldwide, now y'all can't record in my shop. Record in these other people's shops. You know, I'm gonna give my old shop to Van and let them, y'all got entertainment over there. But as far as my shop, y'all can't even look in here unless I'm really just making a tattoo and there's no drama involved. And I respect that. That's real boss moves. That's real boss moves. But again, I still respect Cease because Cease, again, is a businessman and he's a good guy and he done put a lot of Black people on, a lot of urban cultured people on, and you gotta respect that. You know what I mean? So, it was what it is. But, yeah, let Kitty go. So he's in the shop and Donna asked him, like, hey, why did you storm off from, you know, the voting party that we had? And why did you leave so early? And he's like, well, you know, I had to clear my head. It was something that was shown to me by Teddy. And, you know, it just fucked me up for a minute there. So everybody's asking what? So Teddy goes ahead and shows them the video of Kitty and Ryan at some type of location being secretly recorded by somebody. And apparently they're flirting with each other. And either Ryan, I believe it was Ryan, who said, do you think Cease is still laughing now? Basically rubbing it in Cease's face that he's with Kitty. Like, you think Cease still laughing now? Oh, Cease fired you for a rumor. Well, now we are fucking around. Oh, Cease laughing at you because he fired you. Now you think he's still laughing now? And no, he's not laughing now. He's angry. He's livid. So yeah, basically it was like Ryan rubbing it in Cease's face. Like, you think Cease is laughing now, Kitty? And Kitty just like sips tea. So, you know, the shop just starts dragging Ryan and saying how Donna starts talking about how Ryan has a little pee-pee, which could be true. I mean, he's sexy. He is. He's gorgeous. He's not even cute. He's gorgeous. Ryan is a great looking man. And now that he got all these muscles and he's just like, he's like the light skinned version of Don in the physique area, he's just 10 times sexier. And, you know, I could see him having a little one because of the way, you know, he interacts with Rachel. Like the way he chases after Rachel, the way he, you know, the way he just acts as far as like, it can be true. I could picture him having a little one. But then on the other hand, his confidence and his cockiness and his ego, you know, it gives me, you know, Big Schmeat vibes, you know? That's the vibes he gives me. He gives me big beefsteak vibes. But then on the other hand, when you think about him and Rachel, it gives me shrimp vibes as well. But, you know, they're going around saying how he has a little one or whatever. And Cease has basically declared war on Ryan. And he's talking about how he's trying to figure out what he's going to do. And he's not trying to react out of anger or emotion. He's just trying to figure out because he feels like the people who sent the video to Teddy were from Chicago, and he feels like it was strategically sent to him because they're playing chess and they're trying to get back at C's. So now C's feels like, all right, Ryan made his move. Now it's time for me to make my move. So we're going to see. And I can't wait to see what happens because I already know C's is going to show his ass. See, the difference between C's and Ryan is Ryan don't be trying to show his ass. He let people show their ass around him. But he don't be wanting to get dirty. You know, he might cuss your ass out, but that's anybody. You know, you cross anyone the wrong way or you have a conversation with a real nigga, they might curse your ass out and just be like, wait, you want some bullshit. But he don't be trying to get dirty. He don't be trying to be all in the midst of drama. He don't be spilling tea. Nah, he don't do that. That's not even his character. But C's, on the other hand, Black Ink Crew New York, on the other hand, that's all they do. They literally will have the closest bond with somebody and just tarnish it for ratings on the TV show. Specifically, Sky. Specifically, Tati. And now even Donna. And shit, even this episode, I'm about to get to it. I didn't get to it yet, but shit, even Walt is like getting shit thrown in his face by the cast members because of his past with his baby moms. They want to keep bringing up his baby moms and joking around and all types of stuff. But I'm about to get to that actually right now. Another situation that happened in the show, another key moment. I'm just going to focus on the key moments in this review because I don't want to get too deep all and tell you each step by step of the episode. You know what I mean? I'm just going to focus on the key parts of the episode and talk about the highlights of the show for now on. Okay? But Walt and Jess. So basically, Walter and Jess, at the beginning of the episode, were looking around at wedding venues because, as you know, last season he popped a question, and now they're engaged. So they're at this wedding venue and they're talking to the wedding planner, and the wedding planner is asking them, you know, how long do you plan on waiting before you get married? And Jess is pretty content with the fact of getting married in a year. That way she'll have time to pick her dresses, pick her bridesmaid, you know, pick the flowers, pick the location, the chairs, whatever. All of the details that go with the wedding. And that's pretty average time. That's standard. Most weddings wait about a year at the least before it goes through for like a really nice and organized wedding. But Walt is like, no, I want to get married in like 6 months, not so much a year. And, you know, they're going back and forth for like, what's the rush? There's no rush in us getting married right now. We're going to spend the rest of our lives together. There's no need for us to get married in 6 months. I'm just getting used to being engaged. So they do all of that. And that's when Jess gives him the idea like, hey, instead of you rushing to get married, how about you just throw us an engagement party? That way you can get your feet wet and, like, you know, get a real feel of the engagement life and get ready for this marriage life. So Walt comes to the shop and he has his invitations and a whole bunch of balloons. He's so excited to give the cast their invitations to his engagement party. As he's giving his invitations out, Puma decides that he wants to bring up Walt's baby mamas and makes jokes about the fact that Walt has a whole bunch of baby mamas. Well, I think that was because a part of me was like, what? Like, ew, what is that? You know? Because I'm not used to Puma being like that. So a little bit of, like, my reaction was like, what's that about? So what I'm thinking is the fact that Walt is the comedian at the shop, I think people at the shop are having a hard time disconnecting the real person from the comedian. So, yes, Walt is a comedian, but there's a real side to Walt that has emotions, that has feelings, and can be serious. And then yes, he does have the comedic side to him that likes to joke, that likes to play. But there's a time and a place for everything. And so when he starts cutting jokes at Walt, Walt just is like, you know what, I'm out of here. I don't got time for this. And he cuts off because every time Walt tries to do anything, here comes the cast trying to basically make a joke out of him. And I guess he's tired of being the butt of the joke. So, fast forward to the engagement party. Walt rents out a skating ring and invites everyone. They're all having a great time, which I was jealous because I really want to go to a skating ring. I'll probably do it this weekend, maybe. But a skating ring, which is great fun and exciting and all of those things. And, you know, they're having a great time. They're partying and skating and drinking. And then that's when Puma again grabs the microphone and he's like, oh yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the lovebirds and all this stuff. And that's when he was like, are you going to take her last name or is she going to take your last name? Ha 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 ha. Saying these busted ass jokes. And, you know, nobody's really laughing, but Walt walks over like, here, give me the microphone. Give me the microphone. Give me the microphone. And, you know, Puma's just, you know, still talking and ignoring Walt. Then Tati comes over like, hey, give me the microphone. Mind you, she's all drunk. So she's like, hey, give me the microphone. So Walt, Puma hands Tati the microphone, of all people, as if Tati doesn't have a history of messing things up when she has a microphone in her hand. Sure enough, she gets on the microphone and just starts dragging it. Like, she just straight violated. So first she starts off with the, oh, this is for the lovebirds, love that can cross rivers, love that can save the day. And then out of nowhere, she's like, well, how many baby mamas do you need? She's like, oh, no. First she drops the bomb like, yeah, I heard that she's pregnant. Like, girl, how you know they didn't want the world to find out a different way? So that was the first boom. Everybody's like, arr! Then she's like, damn, Walt, how many baby mamas do you need? And it's like, girl. So, you know, I feel like Walt's wife-to-be, his fiance, I feel like she took it pretty well. I mean, she was looking too like, girl. But I feel like at this time, because even though this is only probably like the second season that she's been actively on the season, she's been with Walt for a very long time. We found that out, that she was secretly dating Walt. I wouldn't say secretly, but like, you know how you be messing with somebody and you just don't have everybody in your business about it until y'all get to that next level. They was on some shit like that. And come to find out, she was the girl who snatched Donna's wig off when she got into the fight with Duchess at the ski, when they went skiing. And Duchess and Donna had gotten into a fight, and then freaking Walt's girlfriend snatched Donna's wig off or whatever. So they've been together for quite some time. So I feel like she's adjusted to how crazy the shop can be and how extra people can be once the cameras are rolling. So she kind of just let it roll off her back. You know what I mean? It was a happy moment for her. So she wasn't really tripping. She wasn't looking for a fight or an argument. But then Walt wasn't having it. Like, he's sick of their ass. He is sick of them. And rightfully so. Like, Tati, shut the fuck up. Like, shut up. Like, I am so sick of Tati always ruining things, always being in the midst. Like, girl, you are not it. I'm sorry, you're not it. You're not it. You're trying hard as hell to be Donna. You're trying hard as hell to be Sky. You're trying hard as hell to be a part of the clique. And truthfully, you just don't fit. You don't fit. You don't see Bae out here trying that hard to fit. She just fits. She doesn't have to try so hard. She just fits. You don't fit. You don't fit. Like, it's just annoying and it's obnoxious at this point. You know what I mean? And at the skating ring as well, Donna and Tati were all making out, which I don't care about that storyline. I don't care about Donna and Tati's nasty threesome fling that they're trying to create. Don't care about it. It's trash and it's nasty. And it's like, damn, Donna, come on, girl, you could do better. Come on now. We know you be doing what you be doing. We know you done smashed half the cast. But like, come on, you with Alex. Alex is a good dude. Like, stop slinging that pussy everywhere. But you know, so the last and final thing that I would like to talk about, which is a very key moment of this episode, was Donna's date and her interaction with Rock that stemmed from that date. So not Donna, my apologies. Bay's date and her interaction with Rock after that date. So Bay ends up going on a blind date with the person that the matchmaker had set out for her. And you know, they went on a date. He was a good looking dude too. He was cute. He was husky, brown skin with a nice trim up. He was very clean cut. And he looked very, you know, mature and masculine, and he was cute. But unfortunately, he was kind of, you could just tell that they didn't have chemistry. And you can tell that Bay went there with the mindset of, I'm the star here. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't being rude or anything like that yet, but she was just, you can tell that it was like she knew she was the prize. Because, like, I'm here with the cameras. I'm here, you're on TV because of me now. So, like, impress me or whatever. So, the dude, right off the bat, is, you know, trying to get to know her, telling her that she's beautiful. And then the dude goes into, you know, the waiter comes over and asks for their order. And then the dude's like, I'm probably not going to eat anything. And Bay's like, why? Like, who the hell goes on a date and doesn't eat anything? Guys don't like it when females do it. What makes you think that us females will like that? We don't. We don't want to be the only person at the table eating. We will, though. A chick like me, I wouldn't have cared. Oh, you don't want that? So that means I could get extra. Okay. Oh, okay. Matter of fact, order me this whole meal again, but put it to the side to go, because I'll be taking it home. But that's just the big girl in me. But, so, you know, Bay's like, wow, why would you not order? He's like, because I'm vegan. I don't eat any type of meat. So Bay's like, so why would you bring me to this restaurant if you can't eat? He's like, well, you know, you're Asian and Asians love seafood. First of all, that's racist for him to even say that. That's first and foremost. Second of all, who says that? Like, first of all, I'm not even Asian. And I was like, ew. Like, come on, dude. You don't know how to talk to a female? Like, come on. Of all the things you could have said, like, let's be real. Like, you could have at least just said, I didn't want you to not be able to eat just because I don't eat meat. Or something along the lines of that. You don't have to say, oh, because all Asians like seafood. And even Bae, she was like, strike one. Strike two was, you are a grown man and you don't eat meat, so why would you take me to a place with meat? That's not standing in your truth. So that was strike two. And then strike three was when he was like, oh, you got me spilling things on myself and all this stuff. And then she was like, strike three, you're out. And what the guy didn't know was Bae had Rock hiding at the bar. He wasn't really hiding, but he was at the bar in the cut, basically sneaking out and waiting for her signal. So, you know, that was pretty smart of her. So, like, if the date went bad, she swipes her nose down, and that means him to come over and save her. If the date went good, then she went like this, and that means you can go away. So, you know, she wasn't feeling him. It was kind of awkward. They didn't have much chemistry. So she swipes her nose down. And Rock comes over and she acts like, oh my gosh, Rock, surprised to see you. And he sits down at the table. And the guy gets pissed off. Like, oh, this is our first date. You going to invite him to our table? You know what? I'm out. And he just walks off. So then that's when, you know, they talked about how the dude was weird or whatever. And then that's when Bae's like, well, since you're here, might as well talk. Go ahead, tell me about yourself. So he's talking to her about how he was growing up and his parents were on drugs. And, you know, he was homeless. And he was talking about how and that was a long time ago, and how his current situation is kind of similar. Because as y'all know, if you watched the show last season, his baby moms and his girlfriend of like 10 years threw him out of the house because he was getting famous on Black Ink Crew. And that's just so typical for some women. Like, some women are so insecure that they don't want you to succeed in life. If your life doesn't revolve around them, they will not support you. They will not support your dreams. Rock gets on Black Ink Crew, and first of all, I've never once seen him talk to another chick when he was on the show. I never once seen him interact on like a sexual level with anybody on the show. He was just Rock. He was just there. You know, he's just that extra new guy that was there. And his girlfriend just goes crazy because he's getting all famous and stuff and breaks up with him and kicks him out the house. Which he never went back to her, which I wouldn't have either, because bitch, I'm up now. So you want to keep doing all this destructive shit, do that shit on your own time. You're not about to convince me to get off this show and ruin my opportunity. Bye. Bye. And I don't even think that was his baby mom. I think that was just his girlfriend that had a whole bunch of kids. Yeah, actually, yeah, that is the case. She was just a girlfriend that had like 5 kids or something like that. So, allegedly. So that's when he starts saying how, you know, ever since she kicked him out, now he's back feeling like he's struggling to maintain. You know what I mean? Because he's renting out a space now. And it's just, he lost all his belongings. She didn't give him back all his belongings. And the belongings that she did give back, she destroyed. So, which I completely understand, like, what he's going through. I completely understand where he's coming from, what he's going through. Like, I completely understand what it's like to lose everything you have and have to work hard and strive and struggle to get it all back. So I really felt for him there. And he was talking about how it just like reminds him of when he was homeless and he was living out in the streets, and then his mom, drugged up, came to him while he was homeless and gave him his little brother. Like, I mean, obviously his mom is trash, but like, how trash do you have to be to pull up on your homeless son, not to give him a place to sleep, but to give him his sibling to go be homeless with him? And he said he told his mom, like, yo, I'm homeless right now. I can't take him. And the mom's like, listen, can't nobody else take care of him? And handed the brother off to him. And so him and his brother had to sleep in a little hut that they made out of wood from a tree. And so, you know, Bay opens up like, you know, I've been homeless before. And he was surprised because he just couldn't picture Bay being homeless. And that's a lot of the times the case. People don't know the things that people have gone through in the past just by looking at them. You know, you might see somebody who looks like they have it all together. You don't know where that person came from. You don't know the struggles that person went through to get to where they are. And Babe's one of those people. He looked at Babe, he was shocked that she had been homeless before, because she probably just came across as the type of person who's just always had it all together, that's responsible, that's, you know, and she's the hardest worker at the shop. So it's like, he just couldn't imagine her going through something like that. And she let him know, like, yeah, you know, that's why she went to Korea the last time with the whole shop, you know, to go find her mom, because the dad was doing threats and she couldn't get in contact with her mom. So she just went out there to find her mom, and then she took the shop over to where her mom slept at when they were running from their dad, or her dad, and it was like a junkyard. And she slept in like a trailer full of junk. And, you know, it opened Rock's eyes. So then, fast forward, Rock takes Bay to the place where he slept at when he was a kid. And he was homeless. And it was just like this big ravine. And on the side of the ravine where all of the landscaping, it was like closed off. But it was like woods, and then you could see a little tent. It was like, it looked like a tent, but that was the tarp, because he talked about how one night him and his brother, his little brother, were in their shelter and it was a storm, and the only thing they had over their little tree house that they made out of tree bark was this tarp. And he said how it was raining and storming so hard that the tarp started to fly off, and so he grabbed it and had to hold it up all night to keep him and his brother from getting wet. And now his little brother's sleeping next to him, laying there knocked out because, you know, he's dry, while he's sitting there holding the tarp up, crying, feeling like, I can't do this. And he shouldn't have had to do it. You know? Nobody asked to be born, you know? And that's why it's so important for us as parents to take care of our kids when we bring them into the world. So, you know, he showed Bae where he was at, and they talked, and, you know, they both started crying, and it was an emotional scene. It was emotional. I completely know where they're coming from. I know far too well the struggles they've been through. I can relate to them, you know, and it just shows the things that people go through when they're cursed to be born with terrible parents who love themselves before they love their kids. So I would have to say I enjoyed this episode. I feel like there wasn't that much drama besides the whole situation with Walt. I don't feel like it was that much drama. I feel like I learned a lot about castmates, especially specifically Rock. I like that Rock has a storyline, so that means he's going to be on the show for a while longer. And this is my review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and see you on the next video.